everybody. Bama RLG here, one half of the Bama Bros. Just going to do a really quick video for you guys and go over some of the coaching changes that are going on right now at the University of Alabama. We'll kick things off on the offensive side of the football. We've got Steve Sarkisian, who spent one game at Alabama as offensive coordinator and then was the offensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons this past season. Coming back to Alabama, and more than likely he'll be named our offensive coordinator for this upcoming season. I also look for Sarkisian to handle the duties as quarterback coach. So Sarkisian will bring with him Kyle Flood, who was one of the offensive line coaches for the Atlanta Falcons. Coach Flood was also a head coach at Rutgers and has a very long withstanding, solid relationship with one of our newest members of the Crimson Tide, 2019 recruit Antonio Alfano. As far as wide receivers coach goes, we lost Josh Gaddis. He ultimately wound up being the offensive coordinator up at Michigan. I think the plan right now on Coach Saban's end is to try to bring in Lance Taylor, the former wide receivers coach from the Carolina Panthers. Lance also played football at the University of Alabama and was a graduate assistant under Nick Saban from 2007 to 2008. Running backs coach right now, we still see Joe Panunzio in that role, but I think that could change. I've just recently heard some rumors that we may be looking at bringing in Charles Huff from Mississippi State. Coach Huff, in my opinion, is an outstanding running back, and I think he would do really, really good at the University of Alabama. And quickly, we don't need to forget also, as far as wide receivers coach goes, we can see Butch Jones potentially step into that role as well if it doesn't work out with Coach Taylor there. So we'll look at the defensive side of the football. Of course, everybody knows the defense is Nick Saban's baby. That's not going to change anytime soon. I look for Saban to promote Pete Golding, our inside linebackers coach, who was a co-defensive coordinator last year, to more of the guy that calls the plays on defense this year. He'll still have his linebacker responsibility. I believe that the Charles Kelly that we're expecting to bring in from the University of Tennessee will coach safeties and also probably get a co-defensive coordinator tag and kind of just be an experienced guy that's had experience at a Power 5 level. Him being the defense coordinator at Florida State before is really, really huge for us. He'll be able to kind of help Pete and make sure that Pete doesn't stumble along the way. Outside linebackers coach, I'm really excited about that. We decided to bring back Sal Sunseri, who did a fantastic job the last time he was at Alabama. He's an experienced guy, and I look for him to do really well again this time. Defensive line coach, as of right now today, Coach Kulagowski is still our defensive line coach, but word around campus and word amongst Alabama fans, we're not expecting him to stick around. We don't think he'll be retained, and I actually really hope and kind of expect Bo Davis to come back into the picture when his show calls is up in April, so he could come in after spring camp and be here for the summer and be here when we open fall camp. I believe that pretty much covers it. Jeff Banks, of course, will still be coaching our tight ends and handle the special teams duties unless something changes there. And of course, I forgot to mention that Carl Scott will remain our defensive backs coach, but he'll kind of focus all his attention towards the cornerbacks and let Charles Kelly handle the safeties the way he did at Tennessee. And he did a really good job with safeties when he was at Florida State. So I think that pretty much wraps it up for coaching changes. Right now, we'll bounce down to Cartersville, Georgia. We'll see what Roll Tide Randall has to say about everything that's going on. Maybe let him give you his thoughts about where Alabama is as a program and where we're going to be moving forward. So let's go ahead and go down to Cartersville and see what Randall's got to say. Randall, go ahead, man.
What's going on, YouTube? It's Roll Tide Randall, one half of the hashtag BamaBros. I know it's been a while since we put a video in, had a little time to lick our wounds, go over the game film. I just want to encourage all the Alabama fans. This isn't even over. It's not even close to over. We took one defeat, 14-1, SEC champions, Orange Bowl winners, and we took one loss. Of course, in Alabama, if you don't win the national championship, then the season is a failure because, that we set that standard. However, we've seen Alabama bounce back several times from things like this. We've had the coaching turnover, happens every year, not a worry. We got the #1 recruiting class coming in. We got a lot of guys that are on the team already returning, aside from a few that decided to go to the NFL draft. The main nucleus of the team is going to be returning, especially on offense. Nick Saban, he's a defensive guy. He'll have the defense in check. We've got Sal Sunseri, Vinny Sunseri, the assistant from Tennessee. Pete Golding's still on staff. We've got a lot of good things going on. Just basically, keep your head up. It's not over with. You guys know Nick Saban. We go through this all the time. It's nothing new. Trevor Lawrence kind of took the football world by storm with that game, but kind of the same thing that happened with Tua Tagovailoa just the season before. He comes in, freshman, wins the national championship for his team. It's not a failure. We're good. We still got this. You guys don't worry. We got a lot of stuff coming out. We're going to be keeping up with all the news going into the off season with our early enrollees. Maybe a couple more commits that we can get. The coaching updates. We'll keep everybody informed. Until next time, I just want to say, keep your chin up, roll tide. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Have a good one.